Hey everybody, it's Jen. Welcome back to Joyful Living. Today I am sharing with you a brand new purchase from Away Travel, and I'm also going to show you how I will pack it for my next trip, and I'm really glad that you're here. So a lot of you know that I love Away Travel. I am actually an affiliate with them, so full disclosure. However, being an affiliate with Away Travel does not mean that you get your travel products for free. I wish it did. Away Travel, if you're listening, I'll take free stuff, but alas, no. I have right in front of me the large carry-on. There's two sizes with the carry-on, the small and the large, and this is the larger one. This is the one that I use for every single flight. I always fly Delta, and it fits on all of their aircraft in the overhead. Absolutely love this bag. And for years now, I have been using the Everywhere bag. I did a really big video about the Everywhere bag. A lot of people said they love the Everywhere bag. I love the Everywhere bag. However, I did find on the last trip that I took it on, I really prefer a backpack, especially when I'm traveling by myself. And if you're new to the channel, you may not know, I travel solo quite frequently, and it's just a lot more convenient to have it on my back, particularly when I'm getting on and off the airplane, because it's just one less thing to have to mess with, right? I can get on the plane with my backpack on, put my bag in the overhead compartment, and those of you that have traveled ever know how stressful those moments can be, especially getting on and off. So I just like having a backpack better. And Scott actually has the Away backpack and loves it. And so ever since I got that one for him, I've been kind of jealous and wanted one of my own. So finally broke down and ordered one. I was gonna do a big unboxing, and just so you guys know, my husband is now officially a YouTube creator's spouse because he saw me opening the box in the kitchen and he was like, "What are you doing? Aren't you gonna open that on video?" And no, I decided I really wanted to take a hard look at it and then experiment with it a little bit to make sure I wanted to keep it before I brought it to you guys. So the backpack does retail for $179, and hold on, and I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, I have it in its dust cover. All of the Away bags come with a dust cover, which I love. And when you open it up, this one is in the navy blue, so it matches my carry-on that I use most predominantly just perfectly. And don't worry, the Tory Burch bag is still getting lots of use as well. This is more like my very, very practical bag, particularly from when I am traveling on my own. So when you first look at the bag, it just looks like a basic backpack, right? And it is the same color. I kind of wish I had gotten it personalized, but I was impatient and I wanted it, so, you know. Their shipping is really fast, by the way, so this came really, really quickly. So the first thing that I love is there is a padded laptop sleeve, and it's right here in the back. This will easily hold my 15-inch MacBook Pro. I love that it's there, that it's protected. I am TSA pre-check, so I never have to take out my liquids, and I never have to take out my laptop. But even if you did, it's very conveniently located right there in the back. Then on the very back of the bag, you've got your trolley sleeve, which of course fits perfectly on the Away rolling bag. But the other thing you've got that I absolutely had to have in a backpack. In fact, I didn't even take the last of the little paper off. They package these so well because everything always is. There's always that little bit of paper that I don't find. You know what? That's gonna take a scissor. That's just gonna stay on there for now. But what it has is this little hidden backpack pouch right here. So if you are traveling, and if you're like me and you always worry that someone is going to get into your backpack, this is where you might want to keep your cash, your passport, and your wallet. And it just is a little zipper compartment, and it's completely hidden underneath the trolley sleeve. And obviously if you're wearing it on your back, there would be no way for anyone to get in there without you knowing. So I love that from a security perspective. Then let's go around the front of the bag, and it's just this nylon, really easy to clean. You've got this compartment here. You know, I love that it opens up fully, so it's super easy to get into. You've got a little key thing for your keys. I've talked before about how I usually take MARTA in from our suburb, down to the airport. And so I park at the MARTA station, and I'm very prone to not remembering where my keys were after that. So it's nice to have this so I know where they are. You've got 2 compartments in here. One can be for your cell phone, one could be for a tablet. And then you've got a zipper compartment right here. So that is probably where I would keep all of the essentials. Things that I might want to get to in flight would probably go in there. Then in the bigger compartment, what you have is this mesh sleeve right here. And I love that because it goes the whole length of the interior. So it's really easy to subdivide things and put in there whatever it is you'd want to pack in there. And then a big open compartment. Now, typically what I do is my clothes go in my carry-on, and then my toiletries and my electronics all go in my backpack. It's as simple as that. So I also have all of the things that I typically pack, so you can see how well it fits in here. And then the other feature that I want to make sure I show you guys is this right here, which is your little water bottle holder that lays flat if there's not a water bottle in it, but then it has a zipper that opens up. So you can easily fit, I usually take the swell bottle, and that will fit in there really easily. So because I am a nerd when it comes to traveling and carrying on and all of that, I decided to take all of the things that are behind me that I usually put in my everywhere bag and see if everything would fit in here. And it did beautifully. And when I hold the 2 side by side, they are, even though they're very, where's Jennifer? Even though they're very differently shaped, they hold almost exactly the same amount. And when I did the review of the everywhere bag, I had a whole bunch of you say that you were surprised that it fits under the seat, but they actually made it exactly to fit under the seat in front of you. So it 100% will. I will tell you, if you're a person that likes to slide your feet under there, you're not going to have a lot of room for your feet. And the backpack will fit underneath your seat as well. And it just fits a little bit differently, but both absolutely will count as your personal bag and will fit underneath the seat in front of you. Now, the backpack itself is very well made. I'm not worried about quality or any of those kinds of things. I love that it is blue and it matches my luggage, and that's just that's just the girl in me, liking that the 2 pieces match. And again, going back to, especially when you're traveling by yourself, and even if you're traveling with your spouse or whomever, you want to make sure you can carry your luggage on your own. And it just makes me very happy that they match. When I got the everywhere bag, they were out of the navy blue. And again, with me being impatient, I actually really like this color. And it's not that I don't see myself using this bag again. When I go to Europe, there's several different trips I would use this for. I particularly like that this bag has this little umbrella compartment down here that's waterproof. So this is not going anywhere, but I think for my domestic travels and for shorter trips, I will probably be going to my backpack. Now, let's get to what all will fit in here. Now, the first thing I want to show you is the makeup bag, which is a toiletry bag that I gave my husband, and then he actually decided he only wanted the electronics bag that I gave him. So instead of returning it, I kept it. Because that's how I get things. And this I showed you guys in my Father's Day video, but I love it because I am TSA pre-check, I don't actually have to take my liquids out, but they might need to see them. So I've got my liquids on this side, and then I've got my makeup on this side. If you guys want a whole separate video of my pared down makeup that I take for travel, let me know. That's something I'm very pared down with my skincare, and I allow a couple of products to do double duty. This is literally all I pack for a trip, is what goes right in here. So a lot of you are like, I could never pack just, that few toiletries or whatever. This is how I like to travel. It's just the way that I am. I prefer to have fewer things to keep track of, especially a lot of times when I travel, I'm changing hotels frequently, or I'm in more than one location, and just having this one little bag is really helpful. So let's put that in there as our first item. La-da-da. I mean, all the travel, y'all. It's just so exciting. So that just fits down in the bottom. No fuss, no muss. Now, this bag, you guys, if you've seen any of my packing videos, you have seen this bag. I refer to this as my cabin bag. I love it because it has this little handle on it. You could hang it somewhere if you wanted. And I love that it easily will keep all of my things I will need in flight. It's got my a little notebook and a pen, and I've shown this in other videos. It's amazing how frequently you need a pen when you travel, especially overseas, because you might need to fill out customs paperwork or things like that. Other items in here are, of course, I've got masks. I've got my regular glasses. I normally wear my contacts, but of course you want to have your regular glasses. And then I've got in this one here, I've got some hand sanitizer, tissues, some wipes. And then in this zipper pocket here, I've got some lip balm. And also in there, I would probably put my plug-in headphones. And that's another pro travel tip. A lot of us have AirPods now, and so we forget that if we want to listen to the movie on the airplane, it's not Bluetooth enabled. So you actually need plug-in headphones. So those would go in here as well. And that bag I'm going to put in the very front compartment because that will be easier to get to. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to show you one of the pockets. There's so many pockets. It's like a kangaroo backpack. Right here in the very front, you have one more pocket, and it's kind of hidden. So when you're actually traveling, you might want to put your cell phone in there because it would be easy for you to get to. And I love that again, it's a hidden zipper, so it would be hard for a thief or anybody to see. And yeah, I just love that. And you know what I'm going to do just for convenience as I'm putting stuff in? I'm going to go ahead and put this on the trolley sleeve so you guys can see that. It's right there. Okay, next up, I almost always have a book I want to read. Yes, I could read on my iPad, but I like having an actual book. Nobody has to tell me to turn it off. It's always available. You can read it anytime. This is the book I'm currently reading, The Lion Game by Ruth Ware, but I'll always have a paperback that will go in there. Tuck that away. A comb, for obvious reasons. I don't use a brush because, you know, hashtag curly hair. This little board is called the Grit Cocoon, and I would take the plug-in headphones and those. In fact, let's do that right now so that I don't forget. But I really don't use those plug-in headphones anymore except for on the airplane and sometimes for Zoom calls. So I'll have to remember that that's where I put them. I'm actually not going on a trip today, so those are in there now. But the Grit is great because it's flat, and what I've got here is my AirPods, 2 charging bricks. I've got this charging cord. I need to add one more lightning cable, and then the headphones that actually plug into my iPhone. This could not be easier. Everything stays, it's not tangled, everything is together. I discovered this product. Oh, it also has a hook on it if you needed to hang it up. I discovered this product when I worked at the Container Store, and I love it. So this is a great product, and that will just go flat. So that's going to go in the main compartment. And then of course my laptop, which is going to go in the laptop sleeve. So I'll show you guys. Really easy. And that's going to just go right in there. So that is everything that I would need, which is a little bit crazy. And I would probably also add a cardigan or a sweatshirt because you always want to have layers when you're on an airplane. Airplanes have a tendency to be very, especially if you're like first flight of the day in the summertime, it might be really warm when you get on. And then once the AC kicks in and you're at altitude, you can freeze to death. So I love to have like a tank top and then like a tunic over that and then a sweatshirt or a cardigan over that so that I have multiple layering options because I just cannot tell you. The temperature differentials on a flight can be pretty extreme. So, you know, that's all I have to say about that. So this is the backpack full, and what I'll do is try it on so you guys can see what that looks like on my back. It isn't too terribly heavy, and it doesn't stick out too much. Sometimes backpacks are like they're so bulky and big, and I don't feel like this is at all. Really well padded straps that are adjustable. And again, love that security zipper that is right here so that nobody could get into anything if I wanted to keep my passport or whatever there. Here's what it looks like actually on the away carry-on bag. So you can see that it fits really well just right there on the top. Really easy to just work with one hand, so you'd have an additional hand free. And I think I have found my new kit for my upcoming travels. I know a lot of us, as we are getting like back into the swing of traveling, it can feel a little awkward. Like on this first flight that I just took in June, I felt like I'd never flown before in my life. So I just want to say a word to, as you are getting back out there and getting on airplanes again, it's okay to feel a little awkward. I didn't know things like now they don't need to see your boarding pass when you go through TSA because it automatically knows from your driver's license. So I was like trying to show her my license and she was like, I don't need that. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. That was new. They didn't have, I don't think they were having anybody take their liquids out, and I don't think they were having anybody take their shoes off. But again, I go through TSA pre-check, so your experience may vary on that end of things. But the whole, it's not that much has changed. I will tell you, it doesn't feel anything like all the changes after September 11th. The changes were, for the most part, more efficient, not less efficient. Also, I noticed that now they load the airplane from the back of the plane to the front of the plane, which I think is a great. Delta, everybody, if you're listening, keep doing that because it really ensures that there's room for everybody's bags. It just felt like a much more efficient process, and you're not like sitting there and having everybody walk by you. There was just a million reasons why I far preferred that. Yeah, and I've heard that the masks on airplanes are going away soon. For one, I think I may be wearing a mask when I travel for a while. I am less concerned about getting anything on the airplane itself and more concerned about just the airports and being around everyone. So I didn't mind having a mask on in the airport, and I'm not talking about just COVID-19, but any variety of illnesses that aren't that, just cold and flu season and all of those kinds of things. So the masks don't bother me at all, but it was so great to be back to traveling. And I had put off I have wanted this backpack since Scott got his because I just couldn't justify it because I already had the everywhere bag. And then finally I was like, no, that is what I want. I want the convenience of a backpack. I want the quality of the away travel bag, and I want it to match. And the matching was for no good reason. So anyway, as you could tell, I actually take my travel accessories extremely seriously. I will link anything and everything that I've mentioned today that I can find down in the description box. As the words are coming out of my mouth, I don't know which ones will be affiliate and which ones won't. So I'll make sure they're all marked so that you know, because you guys know I'm always about full disclosure with all of that. But I hope this has kind of helped you determine what it's going to look like for you when you travel. I think keeping it simple for me is what lowers my stress and really helps me to have an enjoyable trip. So anyway, whatever you're doing today, I hope you're finding joy. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help me with the algorithm, and it's just a nice thing to do. So have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.